few days ago, I got an email from a company I'd actually never heard of before. They're called Alxum, A-L-X-U-M. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but at any rate, they sent me an email and they said, we've got a product that we'd like for you to take a look at and potentially review. And I get a lot of these kinds of emails, and sometimes I say, yeah, this sounds great. Sometimes I'm like, maybe not so much. But this time, the product that they had in mind is one that I looked at and immediately thought, yeah, this is absolutely right up my alley. And not only is it right up my alley, it's something that is going to help solve a bit of a problem that I have here. I am consistently moving back and forth between devices. My daily driver is a Surface Duo 2, but you're going to see on this desk, and if you can see the rest of it, there's more stuff. There's a Z Fold here, there's a Surface Duo 1, there's a Pixel 5 over there, there's all kinds of devices, and then there's more in another room in there. And the device that they wanted me to review is this. It's a charging station for multiple devices. 30 watt, 7 port. This looks like something that not only might be cool to look at, it looks like something that might actually solve some problems for me. To help me organize and keep these phones charged while I'm looking at them, while I'm using them for different reasons. $59.99. There's also usually going to be little coupons and stuff like that. I think Edge popped up with like a $9 coupon whenever I loaded in here. So they went ahead and sent this thing out to me. I've got it here in my hands. So I'm going to quickly do the unboxing now. Then the video is going to jump ahead probably like a day. And then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this device. So let's jump to the overhead camera now, and let's see what we have here in the box. 7-port smart charging station with 30 watt USB-C PD. Now I think that only one of these ports is going to be 30 watts, and then the rest are going to be slower. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Because this is something where I'm gonna want to leave phones, and I don't want them constantly being fast charged. So being able to slowly trickle charge a bunch of devices at once might actually make more sense. There's really nothing else on the box at all. We've got a manual. We're gonna set that aside. We've got here a bunch of power cables, and it looks like we have a plethora of cables here. So this is probably going to be the actual primary power for it. We have one USB-C. Let's set them aside. So we have a C, a Lightning. We have a B, another Lightning, another C, and then 2 more C's. So we have kind of a weird allotment of charging cables, but again, that might be fine. I think this is actually to hold a charging thing for an Apple Watch, according to the picture, but there's nothing in it, so I'm not really sure what to make of that. Here are our little dividers. This is actually smaller than I had pictured. And here's the box itself. It's actually like a soft touch coating on it. That actually feels pretty decent. It's not super heavy either, but it feels decent enough. So let's take these out. Let's get rid of our box. So I'm betting that what you do here is that your Apple Watch comes with a charger, and it just sits in that little circle and then can plug in from there. So obviously I don't have an Apple Watch, so I will have no use for that. I guess these just kind of shove in there. Yeah, so it looks like they kind of pinch there, and then the middle bit of the plastic, you probably can't see this, but there's a little bit of a notch in the plastic. So I'm assuming I just kind of shove those in. They take quite a bit of force to pop in there. Unless I'm doing something wrong, but I don't think I am. There's nothing in the instructions, but if you press very hard, you will feel and hear them sort of fully lock into place. They require quite a bit of force to pop in, but okay. So those are all popped in now. So then basically what you're gonna be doing is you're just gonna be setting different devices just in them, using these dividers to keep them from scratching each other, and then they'll be charging. Oh, I forgot to mention here, one of these is a C to C for the fast charging. So there's that there. So myself not having anything that I need to charge with a Lightning or a USB micro, this is what I've got. I've got 4 cables here, and I may have a couple. Do I have 3 cables lying around that would work here? I've got 3 more cables that are A to C, but they're definitely not short. So now the next thing I need to do is I need to plug this into the wall, and I need to begin testing. So I've got some phones hooked up to this. If you hear a snoring dog, just deal with it. And this is a Pixel 5, and it is plugged in. It is charging at 1500 milliamp hours, somewhere in that range. Now keep in mind, this is plugged into the one that is measured at 2.4 amps. I mean, that should be recording at something like 12 watts if Google is accurate. The Fold here is plugged into the fast charging port, the 30 watt charger, and it is charging at about 2859. And let's see here on our lock screen if it does in fact say fast charging, and it does. What about here on the Pixel? Does it actually even tell us such a thing? Charging. So it is not fast charging. So that's something to keep in mind. So here's everything plugged in. Now, obviously, the last 3 cables I have here are not nearly as neat as these. I might need to go order like 3 more really short USB-C cables. But there's the Pixel 5 still charging at about the exact same rate. We're going to power it off or put it in standby and set it in there. And how nice is that? Once I get some shorter cables, this is going to be absolutely perfect to keep all these different devices. Even a Nintendo Switch in here is charging, to keep all these things organized and charged. Pretty cool. So I've gone on Amazon. I have found for $7 3 more A to C cables that are 6 inches long. These should work well. They are 1-day delivery. So I hope to have them tomorrow, and I'll finish the review then. See you then. Okay, so it is officially tomorrow, and these cables have come in. They are actually a little bit shorter than the original ones, but they're working exactly the same, and they're working just fine. I'm having no issues with them at all. You can see every phone is plugged in. I did have to swap out the switch for another phone because none of these cables were long enough to reach up and over to the switch. If you want to use this to charge your Nintendo Switch Lite, you don't have a dock, use a different cable. But other than that, this thing is performing absolutely fantastically. Everything is charging at a pretty reasonable rate. Not the fastest charge in the world, but it's pretty good. And you're pretty quick on that one charge. But other than that, look how well organized it is. Everything is sitting nice and even and organized. Really liking this. Honestly, this is one of my favorite things that I've had sent to me in a while. It's going to serve really, really well for me. It's going to really help to keep things charged up and organized. And if you want to buy this thing, affiliate link in the description and in the pinned comment. Make sure that you click on this. There is a 15% coupon. Save some money on it. That should be there for the foreseeable future. If it's gone when you're watching this video, I'm sorry, it may have been gone, but there it is, link in the description. If you want to buy the extra C cables as well, link will be down there for that. This thing is awesome. I mean, it's only got 3 ratings, so there's not a lot going on this page yet. This is a relatively new product, I believe. Those ratings are going to continue to file in. I would bet that they're going to continue being relatively high ratings. I would probably give this in the 4 to 5 range. I see no problems with it at all. So big thanks to the company for sending it over to me to review. It's going to stay on my desk, slightly off screen, but it's going to stay on my desk pretty much from now on. It's awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.